Oh, la Virgen pura, la hermosa María. Entre santos peregrinos, aunque su pobre enamorada, os adore corazón.
My reason for joining you today is to invite you to slow down and listen to your heart. If I asked you, why do you care about something as difficult as immigration? What would you answer me? Would you say it's because you have heard the stories of migration of your own family, and this is a way to honor their hard work and sacrifice? Or do you have close friends who are caught up in the web of confusion and disappointment of current immigration policies? Or is it because you work with an organization, volunteer your time, have done immersion trips to the border or to other parts of the world where the suffering of people on the move is painfully evident? Or is it because you have come awake to the truth that the headlines don't do justice to the real human stories involved, and you want to know more? Perhaps you would tell me that it's because you see caring for the most vulnerable, your neighbor, as a truly non-negotiable requirement of your faith. So I ask you again, why do you care about this? So to help us get in touch with our heart, let's do something that St. Ignatius of Loyola taught us. It is called imaginative contemplation. So for this, I need you to get comfortable in your seat, close your eyes, and trust that all will be fine while you let go of everything else. Listen to the story and see it take shape in your mind's eye like a movie. Be in the room and notice what is happening and how you feel about what is happening. This is a story based on the second chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, verses 1 to 15. You must imagine how strange it must have felt to have important people from another country, people Mary and Joseph didn't know, come knocking on the door of the shelter where they were staying and telling them they had been looking for them. They seemed like good and wise men, people who knew a lot. And Joseph and Mary tried to be hospitable, but they were tired. And their new baby kept them up at night with needing to feed him and protect him from the cold. But he was a good baby. And even if they were not in their own little house in Nazareth, the people in Bethlehem had been kind and offered them shelter while Mary recovered. The important men who had come to visit had said something that seemed very strange to Joseph. That the authorities, especially the guy in charge, Herod, had told them that he was looking for them too. What was that about? He was just a poor carpenter and they had nothing to do with important people. There was something frightening about this attention from Herod and about how troubled the wise men seemed to be about it. They had now left and told the young couple they would not go back through Jerusalem so they could avoid Herod's people. This was all Mary and Joseph could talk about this night while Mary rocked the baby. And after tossing and turning for a while, Joseph finally fell asleep. It was not an easy sleep. He heard voices and woke up with a start, knowing what he needed to do. He moved as quietly as he could around the darkened room and gathered the few things they had, some blankets and a little food and water for the road. Once he had everything in a pile and ready to load up on their donkey, he woke up Mary, who had dozed off. "Shh," told her. Let's try not to wake up the baby so he won't cry. We need to go. We have to leave Bethlehem, or they're going to come looking for us and it's not going to be good. She looked up at him frightened, but she knew to trust him. Here, hand me the baby. Wrap yourself up tight in your cloak, Mary. It's really cold outside. Are we going to leave in the dark without saying goodbye? She asked him in a whisper. Yes, we need to go now. And if our friends here know about it, they might arrest them too. It's better they don't know anything. Mary covered her head and face against the cold. Where are we going? She whispered to Joseph. We'll head south and across the border into Egypt. No one will know us there, and I hope we can be safe. I can work there, I hope. Everybody needs a carpenter, right? Yes, we can hope that people in Egypt will be kind to us, Mary answered him. And you will find work, even if we are strangers and don't speak their language. They won't turn us away or tell the authorities. I know God will be with us. Joseph lifted Mary up onto the donkey and placed Jesus gently in her arms. And with one last look at Bethlehem, they started on the dusty road to the border by the light of the moon.